Hello everyone, welcome to APTI Plus Academy for Civil Services. So in today's discussion, I'll be discussing two important news which is specifically relevant for civil services examination and other state public service commission examination. These topics will give you an in-depth analysis and even will contribute both stages of the civil services examination, that is prelims and mains. So the two important topic which is there in the limelight and you have been coming across this news recently in the newspaper as well. The first is about the multivitamins and memory, how it is associated, whether there's some positive or negative side of taking the multivitamins. We'll see the detail to that. And the second important news is about South Africa that has dragged Israel to the ICJ, that is the International Court of Justice. So we'll try and understand deeper is the part of things which is emerging from these two topics. Again, going to be relevant for both prelims and mains examination. Let's get started with the in-depth analysis of each and every news one by one, starting with the multivitamins and memory. So what are the part that I'll be discussing? This is the multivitamin memory. There was a recently study which was conducted. We'll see the detail and understand the relevant point that what is the survey that is talking about. So the part of the background will be seen. Finding and the research, the part of concern that has emerged, multivitamin की stability को समझेंगे and even do vitamins have an impact on human cognition? This is what the big question is. So we'll try to understand each and every vital information relevant from the examination perspective. So first about the background, a new study was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, and this journal has actually reported that an individual 60-year-old who took daily multivitamin for 2 years, 60-year-old taking multivitamin for 2 years can score high on the memory and cognitive test than those who are actually in placebo. The placebo is a kind of a normal medications, a dummy medications which is being given. But when it comes to multivitamin, it has a vital part, even for specifically age group, which is above 60 or age group of 60 above. Now, one point that is important for you to understand that you at specific age, I mean the aspirant who are preparing age between 23 to 30 must not take any multivitamin. These are my personal suggestions without the doctor recommendations. I'll give you the detailed part why I'm speaking about this. Now, see, this is something you need to understand the consequences of multivitamin as well, right? Now, this is the study which is specifically for the age group of 60. So whenever you think of anything, do think that this is a study which was conducted for this specific age group. Now, this represent a unique instances जहाँ पे clinical trial की गई nutritional supplement के बारे में, and even it provided a tangible health benefits to have the improvement in the cognitive health and even otherwise for the healthy individual. They were not having any problem. They were a normal individual functioning, but only the age were the consideration point. Now, it suggests that the multivitamins can have safe, affordable, and accessible approach for protecting the cognitive health in the older adult. By older adult, I mean the specific age group beyond 60 or beyond 60 years. Now, before I come to another part of the detailed discussion about the study that was concluded, I would just like to give you important points about the benefits of multivitamin, but again with a caution, do take multivitamin on the advice of your personal doctor or any doctors that will recommend you, right? So first, it can boost immunity. It can promote the part of, it can help you in delaying your aging process, supplement eye health, it make you feels better because the part of energy that you get from the multivitamin and all essential minerals that is required by the human body. Good for your health. It's good for your health and skin. Maintenance the muscular strength and even the water soluble vitamin which is there can also, there are two kind of vitamin, that is the fat soluble vitamin and the part is water soluble vitamin. A, D, E, K are the fat soluble vitamin and the part of B and C are water soluble vitamins. So you need to know the basic details. Now let's get understand about the study that was conducted. So the finding of the study and the research as a part of a broader study which was known as Cosmos. Now this study was known as Cosmos was the stand for the Coca supplement of multivitamin outcome study, which was conducted on 21,000 old adult, right? And the exploration, the part of research was actually relating to the age related, and even how the mental retardations, the cognitive functions of the 60 years age individual perform. Now this was a subset जहाँ पे 357 participants थे, primarily they were well educated, उनकी cognition जो performance थी उसको recognize करने के लिए सारी टेस्ट की गई. Now people who were actually taking multivitamin, I'll better write it V for it, जो multivitamin ले रहे थे और जो individual placebo ले रहे थे उनमें 2 साल में क्या improvement दिखी, तो improvement ये दिखी that multivitamin people have seen cited greater the part of better recognitions, better gain when it comes to the part of memory assessment, right? The taking multivitamin was linked to a memory boost equivalent to a 2 year reductions in the brain aging. So even the brain aging was slow for people who were actually taking the multivitamin. Now यहाँ पे कुछ चीजें important है आपके लिए prelims point of view. So there can be a question, multiple statement question, that how does the multivitamin function? Because in the recent time we have seen UPSC has been asking the question on international studies also, that was specifically for human health and health related topics. So this become relevant there for the prelims as well. Now, some concern that was raised and highlighted, the supplement researcher have actually from the Cambridge Health Alliance, they have come up with a concern about the calculation for 2 years. They said how we can come up with the conclusion that within 2 years there will be reductions in the brain aging, questioning the significance of stable improvement that was seen in the multivitamin. See, whenever a study is conducted, it's not a full proof. Definitely it's a study, it's a research that is ongoing. The whole soul, it cannot be 100%, but there's always a scope for improvement. The expert has also emphasized the need for more convincing outcomes in diseases like Alzheimer diagnosis and prolonged independence. If you look at Alzheimer, there's a loss of memory, right? And even the initial part of Alzheimer is dementia, जहाँ पे memory loss start हो जाती है, the gray areas start emerging in the brain. The expert also said that the additional research on multivitamins have more diverse population, जहाँ पे particularly diverse populations पे की गई हैं, to specify the benefits and the reason behind it. Says that other age group must also be taken into consideration क्योंकि क्या impact है, but this study was only conducted for 60 years, right? Now they suggested that exploring whether taking the vitamins like vitamin B12, vitamin D, zinc, and other can have a performance and cognitive gains. Yes, to an extent, certain vital essential minerals is also helping you to improve your brain functions like zinc, and even for the part of cobalt, which is there, the part of vitamin B12, vitamin E. These are some of the important vitamins that actually help in the better cognitions and recognitions of human brain. Now, multivitamin stability की अगर बात करें, multivitamin has been used by certain people, such as the part of the people that has actually been affected, और इनकी जो absorptions and nutrient absorptions वो भी उसी हिसाब से डिजाइन की जाती है, so that it can ultimately give the better, I mean, the part of benefits which is there for the multivitamins. The Cosmos studies which was conducted by the National Institute of Health has also said, and they have actually aimed to assess the part of multivitamin coca flavonoid supplements on heart disease and cancer risk as well. But this was a study that was precisely more on the cognitive functions of individual age group 60 and above. However, the trial has revealed that the minimal benefits was there in terms of heart disease and the cardiac risk, or you can say the cancer risk. Previously कुछ studies की गई हैं जिन्होंने इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा dementia जो इनिशियल फॉर्म ऑफ अल्जाइमर है उसमें इंप्रूवमेंट की बात नहीं की है. बट आफ्टर अ 12-year study which was conducted on 6,000 physicians has actually said that the cognitive and memory test improved taking with the multivitamin compared to placebo, right? Now, the study was conducted by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that noted that the vitamin 12, vitamin D can be linked to the cognitive decline and dementia. No, I mean something you need to have a proper part of dietary supplements which is there, but on the aid and advice of your doctors, right? Now, do multivitamins has an impact on cognition? This is a bigger question. I mean, the study that was conducted, this is the first thing that emerged in individual mind, and you as an inquisitive audience must also be aware of the fact that whether this is something helping your cognition or not. This is the first big question. So the multivitamins have been used to study against certain several important minerals, and even include they contain silver as well. So it has an impact, and these study might say that it impact the cognition as well as the study has also confirmed that. Some vitamins, that is vitamin C and vitamin E, if taken daily, do have an impact on the cognitive functions. And I personally feel these two vitamins are very important. Vitamin C, which is again an antioxidant in nature, definitely help you. It protect from the regeneration of the brain, and even the free radicals are removed out. Vitamin E, which is a fat soluble vitamin, is important for your skin and memory. Right? These are my personal suggestions. You can even check out with the doctors if you're taking any supplements. The metals such as iron were absorbed on the brain, generate free radicals as well, and the brain has a mechanisms to control the antioxidant called glutathione. Glutathione की और बहुत सारी अलग अलग presence अलग अलग combinations में use की जाती है, but this is what the researcher has actually come up with a conclusion. So this was all about the multivitamins and its impact on the memory. Now, moving ahead with the other important topic is about the South Africa that has dragged Israel to the International Court of Justice. Implications was that, and even they have alleged Israel on the genocide. Some of the things that has been there in the recent time in the news, very important for the mains examination. Now, what we'll be discussing there. First, we'll see the historical background. Then we'll see the ICJ jurisdictions, the Genocide Convention, South Africa की क्या reactions रही हैं इसमें, और Israel की क्या argument रही थी, the concluding part. So, a two-day proceedings were there at the International Court of Justice, Hague. The International Court of Justice is based out of the Hague, which is again a headquarter there. It says that the South Africa and Israel they have attracted a global attention. Why? Because South Africa and Israel has recently faced off an International Court of Justice an allegation over the genocide, right? South Africa has accused Israel of committing genocides during a military camping in Gaza, invoking a genocide convention. How? Because both the country, if you look at South Africa and Israel, they are both they have rectified the part of genocide convention. And if any member country violated, other country can definitely sue it on this particular part. So South Africa has out the provisional measures to halt and allege the genocide, while Israel denied to having a genocide intent, with the responsibility of the Hamas taking October 7 as an attack. They said we are only retaliating to the militant group which has make a substantial distorting and even destroying the part of Israel city. A legal team, including the international tax expert and law expert, have submitted 84-page document urging the measures to stop Israel military operations in Gaza. See, when it comes to humanitarian crisis, recently जहाँ attack start हुई थी उससे पहले भी इसराइल के मिनिस्टर्स ने कहा था they will be completely stopping the part of electricity, food, medicine supplies, ये सारे की ऑफिशियल अनाउंसमेंट की गई थी. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये एविडेंशियल फैक्ट है कि जेनोसाइड को प्रमोट करती है इस तरह के एक्शंस को. Now, historical background की अगर बात करें, the roots of the South Africa supports to Palestine that can be traced back to the anti-apartheid struggle which was there. African National Congress of South Africa की ruling party, there had been a the part of long-standing affinity towards the Palestinian cause. So वो एक historical connect है दोनों countries के बीच में to fight the apartheid and even struggle for the Palestine. Nelson Mandela is an individual who is known for an anti-apartheid the part of revolution that is there. He himself has stressed for interconnectedness of the South Africa freedom and freedom for Palestine. So you can have a relation and understanding how the part of relations between the South Africa and Palestine is interconnected. Now, ICJ की jurisdictions की बात करेंगे, International Court of Justice. So it's a principal organ of the United Nations. This is again basic and vital information. The statute is created to make it more clear only to have a parties before the court. Both countries, that is South Africa and Israel, have a signatory to Genocide Convention, right? और ये इन्होंने invoke किया था, Convention 1948, which both countries has actually invoked it. So this make South Africa more capable to sue and even reach out to International Court of Justice, make South Africa eligible to reach out to the ICJ. South Africa has filed 84-page request and even in the International Court of Justice that the Israeli military has halted the operations and even which is again the violations of the part of Genocide Convention, and it is directly or indirectly impacting the Palestinian people. The request aims to have an irreparable harm due to the lengthy proceedings, and even it said that it's the occurrence of genocide based on South Africa demonstrating the intent to commit the genocide. So this was an alleged that the South Africa has done to Israel. Israel has defended on their part, but something the brutal reality is that yes, Israel has definitely disconnected many of the people, specifically who are the part of resident for the Palestine or the Gaza Strip, has been humanitarianly अगर बात करें उनको काफी ज्यादा harass किया गया. Now, something brief about the International Court of Justice and the part of International Criminal Code. This is out of the context a bit, but this is pretty relevant for prelims examination, right? ये दोनों की फॉर्मेशन इंटरनेशनल कोर्ट ऑफ जस्टिस 1946 में, इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोड 2002 में हुई थी. यूएन के साथ रिलेशनशिप है, लोकेशन हेग, और ये भी दोनों हेग में ही है. कन्वेंशन पार्टीज फॉर एडवाइजरी ऑपरेशन, क्रिमिनल प्रोसिक्यूशन ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल. सब्जेक्ट मैटर है, ये आप देख सकते हैं, सोवरेनिटी, बाउंड्री मैटर, डिस्प्यूट, नेशनल रिसोर्सेज, ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशंस, ट्रीटी इन्वेंशन एंड अदर मोर. और यहाँ पे जो इंटरनेशनल क्रिमिनल कोर्ट है वहाँ पे जिनोसाइड, वॉर क्राइम, ह्यूमैनिटेरियन, द क्राइम मिग्रेशंस पे बात होती है. इट्स अ यूएन फंडेड and it is assisted and contributed by the Rome Statute. So these are some of the vital information. It will definitely help you in the prelims examination. Now, Genocide Convention की अगर बात करें, this was there in 1948. The convention was signed in 1948, was the first human right treaty to be adopted by the United Nations. ये पहली ऐसी human right को लेकर के एक global ट्रीटी बनाई गई थी जो सारे कंट्रीज ने इसको एक्नॉलेज किया. द प्राइमरी फोकस ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ नेवर अगेन अलाउ मास किलिंग सच एज द हॉलोकॉस्ट व्हिच वाज देयर. साउथ अफ्रीका वाज बेस्ड ऑन द आर्टिकल 2 व्हिच सेड दैट जिनोसाइड्स मीन किलिंग द मेंबर्स, और किसी भी एथनिक ग्रुप या किसी भी डेलिब्रेशन से अगर किसी स्पेसिफिक ग्रुप को टारगेट की जाती है तो वो जिनोसाइड्स वायलेशंस के कंटेक्स्ट में. South Africa has accused the Israel of causing hunger, dehydrations, starvation in the Gaza. They have actually cut the water supply, medicine cut, food cut, electricity cut, which was there, जिसने काफी ज्यादा 1.9 मिलियन इंटरनली जो लोग थे गाजा स्ट्रिप में उनको इम्पैक्ट किया है. एंड इवन द डेथ नंबर हैज बीन ऑन द हायर साइड. 70% ऑफ women and child were also deprived of the part of their daily livelihood option, और उनको काफी ज्यादा इसका इम्पैक्ट. साउथ अफ्रीका ने अपनी क्या रिएक्शंस दी हैं इसमें, इस पर्टिकुलर पूरे जो मैटर चल रही है. विद इन द साउथ अफ्रीका दे हैव अ जनरल मिक्स रिएक्शंस. विद इन द साइजेबल Jewish community they have a larger Muslim population, they have the various opinion and they have vary of opinion as well. However, several leaders of the Christian conservation, they have said that South Africa Jewish board duties are duped with media seeking stunt, which is an anti-Semitism, right? तो वो वहाँ की local politics को ध्यान में रख करके भी ऐसी बातें की जाती है. The potential impact of the conservation Christian majority remains uncertain. This is what the majority opinion for the South Africa reactions to where the South Africa government has actually dragged Israel to the International Court of Justice, उसकी opinion है. Now, what are the Israel argument to this? On January 12th, Israel has rejected the accusation of genocide. Definitely a country who has been accused of doing genocide will defend themselves, and they have said they have done everything on the part of self-defense and even to curb out the military activities, the part of specifically the terrorism activities which is ongoing in the Gaza Strip region. The presentation asserted the part of operations in the Gaza and even do not harm civilian, targeting only Hamas, that is as an allied group. The part of Israel has denied the genocide intent, and it said that the prime minister and the defense minister attributed to the part of twisted context in the routine rhetoric. और ये accused करती है साउथ अफ्रीका को on relying the Hamas provided casualty and even blame unintended civilian casualties on Hamas, and even arguing that they does not include the genocide intent pursuing the law military objective. See, on a larger interest, it is always seen that when it comes to the part of curbing a terrorist organism, और किस तरह के जो टेररिस्ट अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को कर्ब करनी है तो कहीं ना कहीं ह्यूमैनिटेरियन लॉस सबसे ज़्यादा होती है. जो एक एरिया में स्पेसिफिक इस तरह के एक्शंस किए जाते हैं तो सबसे ज़्यादा नॉर्मल सिविलियन की लॉस होती है. उससे बचने की ज़रूरत है. एंड इवन इफ द कंट्री इज नॉट प्रिवेंटिंग इट टू एक्सटेंड, that ultimately means that yes, that specific country was inclined towards a notion of genocide, right? So this is how the entire argument has been there for a long time, and even in the recent time the things is getting worse on the Gaza Strip, on the Gaza region, in the Palestine part, where the Israel is actually dominating with the attack proportionally growing day by day. So definitely these needs to be concerned of. So this was for the topic of the discussion. If you have any other concern about test series, admissions and programs, you can reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being stay connected.